So you have a credit card or a couple credit cards and you're satisfied with your credit score, right? But you either don't think you need those credit cards anymore or you really use some of them. But what would really happen to your credit score if you were to simply just close that credit card or close some of those credit card accounts today? Do you think it would have an effect on your credit score negatively or positively, or do you think it wouldn't matter? Now, drop me a comment down below and let me know what you think right now. So if you're wondering why anyone would want to close their credit card accounts, it's usually for one of these reasons. They either, one, have a better credit card that gives them some form of cash back or rewards, and they're now using that card all the time, or two, maybe the old card charges them annual fees and they were able to get a card with no fees, so they want to stop spending all the money when they don't have to, or three, maybe they now have several credit cards from applying over the years and they realize that a few of them are rarely used and they just want to close these accounts since they aren't using them anymore. So right now, I'm going to go over what will happen if you close a credit card account, how it will affect your credit, and what you should be doing or considering doing if you're in any of these situations. So be sure to stick around to the very end of this video so you can find out. Now, if you are new here and you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Ian, and here on this channel, I talk a lot about ways to make money, save money, investing, banking, and all things personal finance related. So if these are topics that interest you, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. And also consider subscribing to this channel so you can see future updates on videos that I post. And I post a new video here every single day on YouTube. And yes, you heard that right. I post a video here every single day. Now, to ensure that you guys follow and understand, let me first point out that a credit score is just a score which indicates how good you are with credit. And this lets potential creditors know how likely it is that you will pay them back or default on your loans. And loans can be mortgages, car loans, personal loans, credit cards, and just about anything that requires you to borrow and make payments. So the credit score or your credit score gives this potential creditor an idea of who you are because they don't know you. Now, credit scores aren't always accurate or an accurate presentation of someone's ability or willingness to pay back a debt because people can make simple mistakes with their credit which they wouldn't know would affect them negatively. This could include applying for 5 credit cards in 1 month and then your score falls and the potential creditors think that you won't repay your loan when in reality you just didn't know it would cause an issue. Now also, let me add some more to this on what makes up your individual credit score. So your credit score is made up of several factors, and this is how it's done. As you can see here, there are 5 main categories, right? Your payment history accounts for 35% of your overall credit score. Amounts owed accounts for another 30% of your overall credit score. Length of credit history accounts for 15% of your overall credit score. And new credit accounts for 10% of your overall credit score. And credit mix accounts for another 10% of your overall credit score. And this brings us up to 100%. So the longer history of making payments to creditors will account for 15% of your score, and that is why it's important to start building your credit very early because a good record needs to be at least 3 years. So if you've had credit cards for only, let's say, a couple months or a year, then you won't be getting that much from that 15% of your score until you get to about 3 years. And if you want it to be really good, it needs to be 5+ years. Now, payment history and length of payment history are 2 different things, so don't get it confused. Payment history is just you making payments on time and having a good payment history or no missed payments. Length of payment history refers to how long you've been making payments for, which usually is the month after you get your first credit card. Now, the amount you owe in total debt accounts for another 30% of your credit score, and this is why we should always try to keep our utilization ratio down, and this is when you spend 30% or less than your available credit. So if you had 3 credit cards and each had a limit of $10,000, then your total available credit would be $10,000 times 3, which is $30,000. So 30% of 30,000 is 9,000. So in this case, you would want to keep your spending at or below 9,000 at all times, and that's if you want to improve your credit score. If it's good and you don't really care, then I guess you can do anything you want to do. Now, the other 2 are a mix of credit, which is different types of credit, which accounts for 10% of your score, and new credit accounts, which accounts for another 10%. So now that you understand what makes up your credit, let's go back to what closing a credit card will do to your credit score. So we mentioned the length of credit history before and how they calculate this by the average date since you've had your credit cards. So the longer you've had a credit card or cards for, then the better it will be. If you opened a credit card account, let's say it was your first credit card 2 years ago and you recently opened another credit card and you closed the one from 2 years ago, then the length of your credit would now reflect the new credit account, and so it would lower the history of your credit, which affects 15% of your overall score. Now, if you have an 800 or a 750 credit score, this may not be a big deal, right? You may lose 20 to 25 points, but if you have, let's say, a 580 or a 590, then you could suffer because now you've lost 20 to 25 points or more in this case, which moves your credit in the wrong direction. Now, a lot of people don't know this and they may have one credit card for years and then they finally get to 710 or a 710 credit score, and so they open a new credit card account which dings their credit score by about 10 points or 15, and then they close the old account from all those years, which dings it again by 20 to 30 points, and then their credit drops, and if they had known this, then they wouldn't have done it. And also in this case, it isn't really an accurate representation of their willingness to repay debt, but just an unfortunate case where they didn't know what could happen. So now I know you must be wondering, how do I get out of a credit card if I don't use it anymore, or if it's costing fees, or if I have a better credit card? And also, before I even go there, another unfortunate thing that can happen here is that your old credit cards get closed without you knowing and then damaging your credit score. So I know most credit card companies will automatically close your account after about 180 days, I think, if there's no activity. So if you simply put these cards away, then it could damage your credit and you won't even see it coming. Now, the best way to avoid this is to not close the credit card accounts, but if you really want to have them closed, here is what you should do. Now, this depends on how long after you've had that card you actually opened a new credit card account. So if I have a credit card from 5 years ago and I want to close it now, but I only got a new credit card a few months ago, I would keep the old one open and active for another 2 years. Now, I know this may not be what you want to hear, but if you are concerned about your credit score, then this is how it has to be. Now, keeping the credit card account active doesn't mean you have to use the credit card all the time. You can use it once per month to make a small purchase, or every 2 months and then pay the bill. When you do this, you give your new credit card time to age, and so when you close that old one, even though your score will still fall, it will fall by less and the score will also go back up much quicker. So for this very reason, credit card experts recommend that your first credit card should be kept forever, or as long as you'll see yourself needing credit, because closing it will cause your credit score to go down. And so if you haven't already gotten your first credit card, you want to make sure that it's a credit card that is feeless at the very least. So if you don't want to use it, let's say 5 years from now, it doesn't cost you anything to have in your wallet or in your desk at home. Now, there is one credit card I recommend for people who want their first credit card, and that is the Discover It Secured credit card. And I've explained this credit card in detail in another video here on this channel, and I'm leaving a link at the top of this video right now to that video. So if you guys are looking to find your first credit card, you can go and check that video out, especially if you're looking to get your first secured credit card. Now, this is the credit card that I personally started with, and I won't ever close this credit card account because it doesn't cost me anything in fees and it actually gives me rewards if I ever decide to use it. So now that I've explained what can happen if you close your credit card and how you should approach this situation, comment down below and let me know if this is something that you've experienced and how it went for you, or if not, still comment and let me know if this makes sense and if you were able to understand exactly how this works. I hope you liked the information in this video, and I hope the information was clear and simple enough for you to understand. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can see new videos that I post. And I post videos here every single day. Now, if you've made it to the end of this video, comment your thoughts down below and any questions that you may have, and be sure to also drop a like on this video, as it really helps to get this video to more viewers, and I'll really appreciate it. And also, guys, remember, giving this video a thumbs up or a like is totally free, right? Also, I've left a couple links down below to free stuff and free cashback offers, so be sure to check the links down below in the description for all kinds of free stuff. And if you're a new subscriber or viewer here on the channel, be sure to check out my other videos on high yield savings accounts, checking accounts, investments, credit cards, and ways that you can use and make some money. Also guys, be sure to check out WEBULL, which is a free and easy to use investment app or platform. And when you sign up using the link I've left down below in the description, you'll receive 2 free stocks that can be valued at over $1,000. And all you have to do is deposit $100 in your investment account and invest in anything you want to. Now, these 2 free stocks, if you like them, you keep them. If you don't like them, you sell them, you withdraw the cash, or use that cash to purchase other stocks that you'd prefer to invest in. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.